Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to AriesEDC. I got another Boker to check out. This is a really cool one from Boker Plus. So let's open this box and check it out. All right, so already I can't get the box open. So we open that up. We got a nice pouch. Yep, Boker does the pouches too. And this pouch is actually really nice. So we're going to open this guy up and see which one we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about this. What is this? This is the Gulo Pro. So this is the Gulo Pro. I just want to talk about this pouch. Look at that. You got two pouches. You got a big thing here, which has all their paperwork in it, which immediately probably will just get thrown away. But that is a nice pouch that you get with this knife. Not a bad deal. So, all right. Enough of the stuff you don't care about. Let's talk about this knife. So this is the Gulo Pro. Again, this was one that I saw on their website. I had free range to get whatever I decided I thought was interesting from them. And I picked this out to take a look at. Why? Well, let's find out. So we have the stainless steel bolsters. You have this nice carbon fiber inlay with the brass and a brass pivot collar. You have the hardware on both sides. It is T8. It is free spinning, so you need to have two T8s to loosen this blade up, which isn't very convenient. It's kind of a heavy. You got steel frame lock, and it is a liner lock. Single thumb stud. Based on their website, they said it is removable, so there is a screw here. So I guess technically, if I wanted it to be, if I wanted to do a reverse flick, I could just move the thumb stud over to this side instead of this side. But I wish it was a double thumb stud. That's what I really wish. So this is the Gulo Pro. Nice profile. Really nice shape. Listed on their website right now for about $100. And right now it's coming August 20th, 2025. So I guess they're not really available and won't be available until August of 2025. But really unique design. It was designed by Stephen Kelly Knives out of Bickford, Montana. So you see Stephen Kelly Knives. He is actually a custom knife maker, and he makes folders and fixed blades, and he makes folders that kind of look just like this. So this is kind of a version of his custom folders that he actually makes. So that's kind of interesting that Boker took one of his designs and turned it into a production knife, which I can 100% stand behind. And when you're doing single thumb studs and all that kind of thing, that is kind of what a custom maker might do instead of adding all the bells and whistles that we're used to in the production world. It is D2 steel. So again, a little bit more on the budget side of things, even though the price tag is $100. It is a liner lock. The lockup is pretty darn good, but the access to the liner, there's no extra space to really, so you really got to dig your finger in. They did chamfer out just a little bit in here and a little bit on the other side. I think you guys can see that on camera. They did actually chamfer a little bit of that out, but you really have to dig in there to access it. But the action is pretty smooth. Again, you're just the thumb stud opener. You have a nice thick stock. I don't have my calipers here, but that's almost 1/8 inch thick stock. So probably about 1.25. They're saying it's 1.4. So that's more than 1/8. So that is, that's pretty thick blade stock. But it does come down to a nice thin edge. You got the nice belt satin finish. You have the nice swedge that they've done up here, which is done very well. It's a nice clean design, and it is comfortable in the hand. I like the shape of the handle. This spot where your pinky goes really locks you in, and it is very comfortable. There's no jimping or anything which is clean, which I don't really care about. I'm not a big jimping person anyway. If you needed to choke up, there is this little spot right up here where you can kind of get your finger up, but it's pretty comfortable back here. But again, it is just single action blade. There's no thumb studs, or there's no reverse flick thumb stud. There's no flipper. You're just going to do the thumb, which actually works really, really well. And it is nice and smooth compared to some of the other Bokers that I've been handling lately. The clip. Let's talk about the elephant in the room on this clip. It is not reversible. And look, there's the clip. It's a very low profile clip. I typically wear Dickie work shorts, and they are fairly thin, and I still had a hard time getting that onto my shorts. So blue jeans or anything else is even going to be harder to get that onto your pants. It's a very tight clip, and there's not a lot of room here for that clip to even slide on. I wish they would have done something a little bit different with that clip, but yeah. And basically you have that much sticking out of your pocket. That much is going to be sticking out. So you got a lot of blade, which is fine. Listen, that's fine. The good thing about that is you have something to grab a hold of when you went to go grab the knife out of your pocket. You have something to grab a hold of. As much as I love deep carry pocket clips, sometimes you really got to dig in the pocket to pull something out, where this is going to be sticking out of your pocket, and it gives you something to hold on to pull it out. But so it's either here nor there, but that's the clip, and I wish it was designed a little bit better. But with the lanyard holes and everything where they have, that is what it is. So you have the stainless steel handle materials. So I don't know if the liners are stainless steel. It doesn't say on their website at all, but I will say it's very comfortable, pretty comfortable in the hand. Everything is squared off. There's not like any rounding or anything. There's no major hot spots, but it's pretty good in the hand. It's not bad in the hand. I like the carbon fiber. I like that. The weight on this is 5.22 ounces, which it's a beast. It's a pretty heavy knife for the size that it is. What is the size? Well, they have it listed as 7.56 inches overall. So you got 7.5, just a little over 7.5 inches overall. A 3.31 inch blade length, which it doesn't look like it is. Where's my ruler? Where's my... Oh, geez. Where did my ruler go? Oh, there it is. It's hiding. It's hiding. Here, let's check this out. All right, let's really look at this. Turn it the right way. Okay, yeah, I'm wrong. Look at that. So, yeah, we're right at 3.31 inches overall. And the overall length, they said, was 7.56. So, yeah, we're a little over 7.5. So, there we go. Let's look at some size comparisons, shall we? We have the Rat 2. Again, it's a little bit bigger than the Rat 2 in every sense. Length, height, everything. We have the Civivi Elementum. Again, this knife is going to be bigger in every sense. But let's take a look at it versus the Para 3. So there it is with the Para 3. So you have a little bit more of a comparison with the Para 3. It's still a little longer overall than the Para 3, and the height is going to be fairly similar to that of the Para 3 in the pocket, besides the giant hole that Spyderco is known for. The thickness of this, let's look at the thickness of this versus the Para 3. Let's see, we have that versus that, and yep, it's actually a little thicker overall than the Para 3, and it's definitely much heavier than the Para 3. So let's see, did they do any cutouts on the steel? Yeah, they did. Look, they did some cutouts on the liner, but man, it is still really heavy. I feel like they could have done a little bit more up in this area, but I guess they wanted to make sure this is all held in really well. But yeah, they did actually do the round hole on this side too, right above where the screws are for the clip. But all right, so this is the Boker Gulo Pro, again designed by Steve Kelly Knives out of Bridgeport, made by Boker. D2, $100, and it'll be available August 20th. Again, it begs the question, $100, would you buy this? I don't know. There's so many options at this price point, and D2 might not be part of it. Just for the sake of this, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to keep doing this to Boker. They were nice enough to send this stuff over, but I think we need to look at the pricing and some of the offerings that they have for the steel. D2, I mean, you could get a lot of other things in D2 that might be overall a little bit better than what you're looking at here. So I'm just saying. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I hope you appreciate this one. The Boker Gulo Pro. I have linked this knife in the description of this video. So thank you guys so much. Please subscribe, like, leave a comment, or not. Again, the choice is always yours.